What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of In Between the Numbers Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Daryl. Hope y'all having a good day. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Colin Kaepernick and his letter to the New York Jets. And I will say his letter to the NFL also about, getting back in the league, not as the starting quarterback, but on the practice squad. So let's jump right on into it. So we all know by now who Colin Kaepernick is, right? He was a starting quarterback on the Jim Harbaugh with the 49ers, took the 49ers to a Super Bowl. They didn't win, but they took the 49ers to the Super Bowl, right? He has some pretty good years with the 49ers, and then Colin Kaepernick pretty much sacrificed his career to take up, injustice, in the black community, right, with police brutality in the forms of, he protests by kneeling during the national anthem, right? So not here to really get into the weeds of that per se, but the fact that he did that, it put a target on his back, and he also sued the NFL, right? So he sued the NFL owners, right, for pretty much, collusion or what have you, right? And he won. And he pretty much hasn't played in the league since then. But he did get a couple of, I call it PR stunts, because, when during the pandemic, he had some workouts and some teams invited him in to like do some workouts and stuff like that. But nothing never really came from it, right? So fast forward to Fast forward to the New York Jets, right? So the New York Jets bring in Aaron Rodgers, right? MVP multiple times, won a Super Bowl once, former great quarterback for the Packers, right? We know who Aaron Rodgers is. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I was excited to see, Aaron Rodgers play for the Jets, because the Jets have a lot of weapons, right? Garrett Wilson, Bryce Hall, they got weapons, right? And I was like, man, I think the Jets can really, go far. But then on the third play of the opening game in the NFL season, Aaron Rodgers went out with a blown Achilles, right? He messed his Achilles up and he's out for the season. And the Jets had to pivot to former starting quarterback, what's this kid's name? I can't remember. I can't even remember this kid's name. The quarterback that's the quarterback now. Anyways, it's gonna come to me, right? Zach Wilson. Man, how about a brain fart? Anyways, and Zach Wilson, he was the former starting quarterback. He didn't play very well. Aaron Rodgers came in. He lost his spot. I kind of think Zach Wilson was happy he lost his starting spot, right? He's like, it's taking the pressure off for me, but he's now the starting quarterback, right? And besides that win versus the Buffalo Bills, the Jets haven't won any other games. And so Colin Kaepernick wrote a letter to them and said, hey, y'all clearly need he didn't say y'all clearly need a starting quarterback. He wrote the letter pretty much saying, hey, let me come in and lead y'all practice squad. And due to the fact that I am very athletic, and I am a dual threat, because Colin Kaepernick can run and he can throw it, right? He was a former starting quarterback, so he has game time, game preparation experience, right? He was like, let me come in and lead your practice squad. Let me get your first team defense ready for playing against quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and, these type of players, right? Which he's right? Patrick Mahomes isn't the fastest guy, but Patrick Mahomes is very, very, mobile, right? And also the Jets have to play Jalen Hurts, right? Who's a dual threat quarterback, right? Who can hurt you with his feet and with his arm, right? So he was saying, let me come in and lead that practice squad. And he was pretty much saying, hey, I will support Zach Wilson. I'm not coming in to push to be the number one quarterback. I'm coming in simply to lead the practice squad. But if Zach Wilson goes down, I will be ready to step in as your starting quarterback. And he also said that him being able to lead the practice squad will allow the other 32 teams in the NFL to see that he still is capable of being on the NFL roster, whether it's a starter or a backup quarterback. And the letter was very well constructed, right? Of course, it's going to be very well constructed. I'm pretty sure he had his PR people and other people that was helping him out construct this letter, right? Colin Kaepernick is a very intelligent dude, but when you have the team that he has, like, you're able to generate a way better worded letter than most people can. So the letter was written very well, and I think he really portrayed in the letter that, hey, I don't want to be the starting quarterback. I just want to come in and lead your practice squad, right? And he put down some references, right? He put down Jim Harbaugh. He put down a few other people at the bottom of the letter, right? Some references. Coaches that's currently coaching in the NFL right now. He put those guys down as a reference, right? And so I think the Jets should give him an opportunity to come in and be the practice squad quarterback, right? I mean, hell, they don't have anything to lose. Right? I know that the New York media is a circus, right? They are very, very aggressive, and the Jets probably don't want to deal with that, right? Having Colin Kaepernick on the roster or anywhere in the building is probably going to create too much. It's going to create. So the Jets already have a firestorm in terms of the media surrounding them right now because Aaron Rodgers is hurt and Zach Wilson isn't playing very well, and everybody had huge expectations for the Jets this year, with the big fish being Aaron Rodgers, and he's not there anymore. He's hurt, and Zach Wilson isn't living up to the billing. So there's a lot of pressure from the media, and so having Colin Kaepernick in the building per se, right, on the practice squad would just lead to more pressure. So I think that's why they may not want to bring him in, because if Zach Wilson continues to struggle, which he's struggling on the field, who knows? The fans might start cheering Kaepernick. You know what I mean? Or they might start saying, the media might start saying, hey, shit, you might as well give him a shot, right? And then I don't think Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas and all those guys want to deal with that, because they have been pretty firm and pretty supportive of Zach Wilson, right? They're riding it, they're hanging out with Zach Wilson. They're hanging on, right? They signed Trevor Siemian, which I don't know what the hell that's going to do, right? Trevor Siemian, his time has came and passed, right? He was he was a starting quarterback for Denver for a little while, and I know we can say, hey, well, shit, Kaepernick's time has came and passed, and yes, maybe it has, but so has Trevor Siemian's time has came and passed, right? So if Trevor Siemian's going to be the backup quarterback, the number 2 guy, you might as well just get somebody else whose time has came and passed and make him the practice squad quarterback, right? Because there's quarterbacks that's time is still here in the form of Jameis Winston, Jacoby Brissett, Carson Wentz, right? And there's a few other guys that's out there that are better options than Trevor Siemian, and even better options than Colin Kaepernick. I just think that the Jets should give him an opportunity, right? They should give him an opportunity to get on the practice squad, and if he doesn't give them the best look, right, on the practice squad, like, hey man, we gave you an opportunity, right? But I think they should. But I also can see why the Jets may be dragging their feet because of the shit show that is the Jets organization right now because of Aaron Rodgers not being there, and the shit show that the New York media is, right? They're very aggressive. They're very, they're vicious, right? So I'm pretty sure Zach Wilson doesn't get on social media. He doesn't, look at the news, the sports news, and I'm pretty sure Robert Saleh and Joe Douglas and all those guys, they don't look at much news either, because if they look at any sports news, whether it's Colin Kaepernick or Undisputed or what have you, they getting toe up in the sports media. So I'm pretty sure they don't really pay attention to that type of stuff. But yes, I think the Jets should do it, right? But I also can see why they may not want to do it. But they shouldn't have signed Trevor Siemian. They should definitely have went after Carson Wentz or what's his name? Jameis Winston. Now I know Carson Wentz and Jameis Winston be having turnover problems, but shit, at least they gonna throw the ball. Zach Wilson don't be wanting to throw the ball. So at least they would throw the ball. So that's it for today, right? I just wanted to get on here and talk about that. I encourage everyone to go and read the letter themselves. I didn't read the whole thing to y'all, but I just gave y'all a general summary of it. But I encourage everyone to go read the letter. And let me know in the comments whether or not you think Colin Kaepernick should get an opportunity to lead the practice squad. Key phrase: lead the practice squad. Lead the political shit out of it, right? We're talking about sports, right? Lead the political shit out of it. Do you think he deserves an opportunity to lead the New York Jets practice squad? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, I appreciate y'all liking, commenting, and subscribing, supporting the channel. Continue to do so. Share this video. Let your friends know, right? Help us continue to grow this page, right? This channel or what have you. Until next time, I'm out.